Thank you for purchasing an RSI SmartCap. This video has been designed to help you properly assemble and install your new cap, ensuring a tight fit and the ultimate in performance. Please carefully follow these instructions to avoid damage to the cap or your truck. As you will see, assembly is quite simple. You will need a 10mm socket wrench, flat box wrench, and torque wrench. Also, you will need a sharp box knife and super glue. Given the size and weight of the SmartCap panels, we recommend you have 2 people to assemble the cap. First, make sure everything appears to be in order. You should have received 2 large boxes. Inspect both packages for damage. If any is found, please immediately contact us at support.na@rsismartcap.com. Take the thinner box containing the roof panel and place it on the floor oriented with the label that reads Top Roof Panel facing upwards. Carefully open the box, but do not remove the roof panel. We will assemble the cap with the box beneath it to protect the top of the cap from getting scratched during assembly. Unfold the protective plastic to reveal the roof panel. Now, open the larger box that contains the other 4 panels and assembly parts. Take the printed instructions and contents out of the assembly and fitment box and get familiar with them. Even though you are watching this video, we recommend you read the instructions before assembling the SmartCap. Next, remove the left-hand side panel from its box and pull the protective plastic off of it. To ensure you don't scratch the panel, set it down either on the open cardboard or on a soft surface. You will notice one end of the panel is slanted. To ensure it's correctly oriented, place the slanted end towards the air vent on the roof panel. Insert the tabs on the top side of the panel into the slots on the roof panel. It's possible for the tabs to go in a bit too far or not quite enough. To adjust for this, gently tap it into place, ensuring a minimal gap between the side and roof panels. A pro tip: for greater ease, lift the side panel vertically while you're inserting the tab into the slot on the roof panel. Once the side panel is correctly inserted, open Kit 1. Remove the M6 washer and nylock nuts and hand tighten to secure the panel in place. Once you have completed the left panel, follow the same procedure to attach the right side panel. Next, take the front flange out of its packaging and remove the protective plastic. You will notice it comes with fastener clips inserted. Please remove these, but keep them within hand's reach as you will immediately reuse them in the assembly process. Line up the front flange with the roof panel, ensuring they are flush with one another and taking care not to damage the gasket on the flange. Using this diagram, follow the order of installation of the fasteners. Starting in the middle, reinsert the fasteners and hand tighten a fastener clamp, load spreader plate, and an M6 bolt to each fastener. The bolt head should be oriented to the inside of the cap to allow clearance for your socket or box wrench. Please note, you may need to raise each of the side panels to help align the front flange and properly insert the fastening clips. Also, don't be surprised if the corner fasteners are a bit difficult to insert. Pro tip: don't be afraid to gently wiggle the sides to help with inserting the fasteners. They are designed to be a very tight fit. Now, let's do the same thing with the rear flange. Remember to follow our suggested order in which you install the fasteners. Pro tip: the rear flange alignment can be a little trickier. Try using your foot to push the bottom inwards to line up the flange with the side panels. Once both front and rear flanges are securely in place, it's time to tighten everything up. Start with the front and rear flanges. Following the same order from the supply diagram you used to install the fasteners, we recommend you torque each of the bolts to 8 to 9 foot-pounds. However, it is very important that you do not over-tighten these bolts. If the load spreader plate is beginning to bow, stop tightening and back off the bolts slightly. For the side panels, you will want to adjust your torque wrench to 4 foot-pounds. Once adjusted, torque each of the M6 nylock nuts, making sure you do not over-tighten them. Now, with the cap sides and flanges attached to the roof, install the D-rubber gasket. First, make sure the end of the D gasket has a clean cut on it. If it doesn't, take a sharp box knife and cut the end squarely. Starting on the right-hand side of the rear flange, peel the adhesive tape back a few inches at a time and begin installation. You will want to line up the D gasket about 1/8 of an inch from the outer edge and work your way around the entire bottom edge of the cap. Avoid kinking the gasket in the corners. When you get to the end, there will be extra D gasket. Using your sharp box knife, squarely trim the end off. A pro tip: to ensure the most durable and tightest fit, super glue the ends of the D gasket to the SmartCap on the rear flange. That concludes the assembly process for the SmartCap. Now, it's time to install it on your vehicle. We recommend you read the fitment instructions before installing the SmartCap on your truck. You will need to have a 13mm socket wrench, flat box wrench, and torque wrench to install the cap. First, some truck beds may have height differences between the sides and front of your truck bed. If that is the case with your truck bed, apply a foam strip to the lip of the front panel. Pro tip: to ensure your truck bed stays watertight, make sure there are no gaps in your truck's plastic bed rail. Looking at the top of your truck bed, study how the side panels meet the front panel. If there are gaps in the plastic, we recommend you fill them with butyl tape. Next, it's time to put the fully assembled SmartCap on your truck. Given its size and weight, we recommend a minimum of 4 people to help you pick it up and place it on your truck. Walk the cap into position and then set it down. To ensure you don't dislodge your D gasket, avoid sliding the cap across the truck's bed rails. Once the cap is correctly in place and centered on the truck bed rails, it's time to install the C-clamps. First, to determine the positioning of the rubber pads and clamps, refer to the diagram provided in the printed instructions. To prevent the clamps from overcompressing the D gasket and ensure even pressure is applied when torquing the C-clamp bolts, slightly raise the SmartCap and insert the 10mm rubber pads between the bottom of the SmartCap and the top of the truck's bed rail. Make sure the pad is on the inboard edge of the bed rail and that it does not come in contact with the D gasket that is positioned on the outboard edge of the SmartCap. To ensure you don't scratch the surface of the SmartCap, before installing and tightening the clamps, place the thin rubber pad on the top surface of the SmartCap where the clamp will go. Once the pads are inserted, install the C-clamp and hand tighten. Once all of the rubber pads and C-clamps are in place on both sides of the SmartCap, go ahead and torque each of the bolts to 9 foot-pounds. Finally, for connecting the SmartCap's third brake light, refer to the instructions supplied with the wiring harness. These instructions are specific to your model of truck and will walk you through the installation process. There you have it. Your SmartCap is now fully installed and ready for action. To activate your 3-year warranty, please make sure you register your cap within 60 days of purchase. Go to rsismartcap.com/warranty and register today. Should you have any questions or concerns, please do not hesitate to contact us at support.na@rsismartcap.com or call us at 775-636-9664.